how to install the amplifier and the head unit in a Ford Focus MK1 1998 to 2004. Okay, right, first of all what you'll need is, right, so we've got a Torx screwdriver. That's like quite an average one, picked up from B&Q. It's just like, it's about, I think it's a Torx 6, just like little Torx head there. Doesn't have to be a security pin. I think it's a Torx 6 anyway, but it needs to be slightly bigger than that. But this works fine, this one works fine. And just your average fit screwdriver, just crosshead, just a little bit bigger than that. Cable cutters, if you need cable cutters to cut your cables up, to install your cables and that. Cable ties to make things look neater if you need them. Your head unit, and we'll get to that later on. Okay, so yeah, let's start with like the power in the under here. So turn on and then turn pop and turn to the right. Okay, and so we've got, this is the battery just here. This is the battery, and these are two power cables I've installed. I've completely installed it. Right, here are the two power cables with like their fuses already in the end of the battery. Nice and easy. I just used a pair of pliers to get that screw off, but be really careful. I use rubber grip pliers, or else you might electrocute yourself, and no one wants that. Okay, so I've got two red cables here. They're for, because I've got two amplifiers in the boot, one for the sub and one for the speakers. Right, okay, so yeah, literally, I just got that going down there. Cable right now is literally just under here. Now, right, so now what we do, this is where you might need a car jack, because it might make things a little bit easier, although you don't necessarily need it. There's a Torx head screw. Right, there's one screw literally under here, so it's like directly around here somewhere. I can't see that, but yeah. So first of all, I'd recommend jacking the car up just here. So you jack the car up from this point here and just raise it up so you can get under here a little bit easier. Right, there's so yeah, there's like a couple of screws down here. There's like 5 in total. You probably can't see it very well under there, but yeah, there's one of the bad boys. Okay, so when you got this piece off, you'll find that there's like right here, there's just like a little opening which takes it into the doorway. So what we're going to do is like so you're taking this plastic bit off and get your two power cables, and there's like some certain points that I've cable tied the two power cables onto like into this little metal hole here. So the cable ties are like behind this. The power cable's just going behind this, and they're just going in there. Sweet. Right, so that's all cable tied in, and the cable's not moving, which is good and safe. Okay, so the next stage is, right, you see here, it's just the cables have literally just been threaded through in the door. So just threaded right and from in there basically. There's a little rubber grommet. Just get like a little knife on that or something, stab it through. I mean, yeah, that's the bodge way to do it, but I don't think there is any water that's gone into it yet. Touch wood, but who knows. And then yeah, so for this bit, I'd recommend taking off that little bolt there. This is all simple stuff, and it will all go back together again, not a problem. And that other bolt there, and you just take this piece off, and you'll just be able to thread the cable through there, and it will pop out in there. So yeah, you're back in the car. So literally, yeah, you can tell it's kind of like in there somewhere. And now what I've done is that I've like threaded it back up there just to save space. Ignore the blue cable at the moment, that's the remote wire, we'll get back to that in a second. So now I've just cable tied the power cables all along inside the car, and they just go underneath the seat there to the boot. So, alright, we've got the boot. Let's have a look. Alright, yeah, it's a bit of a scruff job, literally. Bodge of my life. Okay, so I've got like a dodgy power cable here which is all screwed up. Okay, so let me move this MDF board back a bit. Stiff as a rock, but okay, so going to here is like one of the power cables just into the back of the amplifier, your remote wire, your phono cables, So yeah, literally power cables, phono wire, remote wire, speaker cables going into the back of these, subwoofer, just chilling. Right, point on phono cables, very important. Make sure you run them along the other side or the opposite side to your power cables, or else you might get distortion if you're unlucky. So yeah, that's all just cable tied in there, just going under the seat there again. And then that goes, well yeah, it's kind of all come undone, but I just did a bit of a bodge because I'm going to be selling this beauty soon anyway. So that just goes underneath there and literally just goes up, and so imagine it just goes up there into the back of the head unit area. Now I mentioned that blue wire earlier on. There it is, there's a little blue wire down there. It's very important. So yeah, I got that blue remote wire running to there, and now there's another key point. You'll need to run, well, to get behind the glove box, you got to undo it. So it's a simple job again.
One screw, two screw, and three screw. Somewhere along there, okay?
The remote wire just going in here, and so right, this is the back of the head unit. You'll need a Kenwood to Ford Focus stalk adapter. I bought mine on eBay for about £1.50. Well, no, not that stalk. Sorry, no, not that stalk. No, not what I'm on about. I'm on about just like the adapter, so you can plug it into the car. Basically, you can plug this Kenwood piece into the car. Normally, this cable here costs like 15 quid down Halfords, but you know, eBay. Alright, so what I've done, this blue cable is the remote wire, and that's literally the end that's coming out from the back of the car. And how I've done it is like I've just literally got this little piece here. You can't focus there, but what it is, all I've done is just get it and basically spliced the cable, just chopped it to where it would normally attach to the car and just spliced it in here. So yeah, I hope this has helped.